live right now, right? It makes sense though. That's all I'm saying. I mean, we are here now. This shit, I hope it's on. Of course, for what it's supposed to be. And I have nothing else. Like the audio. The audio might be the best. Right. Yeah. So now, like, I don't even have a topic for this thing. Right. So, right. Yeah. So this is just me here chilling. Let me fast close this window because of the air coming in. I stay there, man. I call it. You know what time it is, right? So you see, I don't choose like a normal time. So the time that I'm getting live right now, the time is actually 5:34, right? Yeah, which is crazy. 5:34 and a.m. 5:34 a.m. Right? And I just decided to put it on the if the being if the mood for this live comes good. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just happy to be here, right? Yeah. So like I just love reading. Reading. Yeah. Most of the time, yeah. Which is crazy. Let me just pin my number here. And that's it. It's live. I'm live. Everybody is live. A special guest, right? Today the special guest is coming. So I've never hosted someone in my channel, so this would be like the first time that I'm doing it. And I have no expectations. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what is supposed to happen. But I mean, once he joins in, that's how we know what the process is going to be. And we actually, let me first finish it. Hmm, where's this thing coming on? Let's stretch it because I'm me, or I'm actually supposed to be me, but I'm always me every time. And these live videos, I was supposed to like put them in episodes. Episodes? I don't know, but I just enjoy it when it's that free. So let me finish my quick snack. You can see the fries, they're crunchy as fuck. You can hear them, right? Crunchy. The finished dining and everything else. We just come on. And I said, lately I've been making music with the album. A lot of music. Very true. it mostly makes sense to me most of the time, right? Yeah, I just love recording shit. It doesn't matter what it is. I love to keep my brain busy, occupied all the time. You can tell that's me. Mhm. So yeah, just wait for nothing and actually live. The yesterday stream we actually talked about. We just get straight to it. You can hear how crunchy they are. Right? Mm. It sounds crunchy as fuck. It's one of the best things right now that can happen. That feeding your stomach all the right nutrients and shit. You can see the sauce in that. Like, hmm. Like it is rapping like crazy. And so it's the only time that I get to experience this good me being in the moment time. When I'm just stress free and everything else. Can you imagine like when I'm doing like in accounting or when I'm accounting for shit like for the amount that I spend on certain places? I don't do that. Like long as like I've spent some money on doing some shit, like I don't look at it as money spent rather than an experience that I've actually experienced like in the process of me being like that, right? Yeah, it's crazy. But it also matters too in the process of you trying to achieve something better, something bigger, something ambiguous. Mhm. Something that matters in the process, something that is just there, something that I don't know how to put it, but it's just something that you do. I'm not talking about the short form content, just 1,000 live videos, and you come to a realization that, shit, so if every 1,000 videos I can only get like one view, at the end of the day, like a live video is probably like 1, 2 to 3 hours, depending like on how people like to retain a certain audience or how the topics too, because you can even I've seen right now because right now I was like running my algorithm and I saw like people actually like the Chinese people, right? They're just cooking street food and shit, and the channel like has like less than 20,000 subs, but the views are almost like 1 billion. Like I'm like shit, and the channel is only for going live alone, and it's like live every single time, even right now. Until it reaches the point I'm like shit. So that's what it's supposed to be. That's why now I try so much like to be live every single time, everywhere I go, right? Yeah, but also like so I would like to focus on this other side. Well, I'm trying to integrate, not trying. I've integrated it to the shit, the streaming live to always live every single day, every single place that I go. Now, I should be able like to carry this whole setup with me everywhere I go. When I'm outdoors, when I'm outside, of course, it means the same shit. When I'm inside, when I'm traveling, when I'm in my car, when I'm eating, when I'm going to buy food every single day. Like I'm just streaming this shit because that's what streaming came to, and that's what it's supposed to be. And it doesn't even matter, like as long as like you're streaming daily. Okay, it's called consistency nowadays. That's what most people call it. But I call it like you just living in the moment, like you just being you. Because there's some places I saw like where they have fishing, this, that. It's mostly like a waterfront place where everything just exists in that waterfront place. The place is called waterfront, right? The fishing, boat riding. They are these small activities, but they all add up and make sense. Like they all combine. Okay, I have this. This one comes and adds up to this one, this one. So at the end of the day, it's bigger, better, like something that you can never perceive or actually comprehend, like with your normal mind. So it reaches that point, I'm like, I'm not trying to make it sound like it's psychology or anything in any way, but it's just life, right? You get what I mean? It's just like you living, you're not living, you doing this, you're not doing it. And then you're like, this one is a bit tricky though. So now it's like social media came to us for like to actually appreciate it in a way or at a certain moment. Now it hits a point you're like, shame. Human social media is like you documenting your daily life. That's why YouTube calls, I mean, you can stream in any channel, but let's now look at YouTube. Even the Chinese now, right now, they jumped into YouTube. They were like, shit, the servers are easy to get into, and there are views, and it pays too. And like they can market even that like one marketer who used like to sell, not, I mean, he still sells, it's called Tony, right? The sign guy. Mostly, you know that he trended by YouTube, like with YouTube shorts and shit. Who clipped that content now, matched it and tested, like started reacting to it, and within no time, like it was known worldwide. I know right now you know him. I mean, if you don't know, you can even research. He only sends like size in doing this shit every single day. It doesn't matter like what will happen. Okay, if I don't sell, what will happen? He doesn't worry about that because he knows like it's for him. He's doing this. He's not doing it for you, right? Yeah. That's how it is. And look, you can like respond or like reach to that uncertain level of you just being you, right? Hmm. I mean, you know, this shit is crazy. And I was saying, right? Once you continue streaming, the mistakes don't even count because it's like, okay, who can watch all your live videos and notice this is a mistake? But when it's like one of it, it could be, I left their shit. And then I come and realize people don't even have their shit. Like, they have nothing going on in this shit. So, like, it's just them, like, living and looking for a place, like, to come and kill the boredom. So now, you try just to be authentic as fuck and you just being you by doing whatever it takes. As long as, like, you enjoy doing it. Like me. I enjoy, like, being the voice of the right? Just being me every single day. I mean, it reaches a point where I'm like, shit, I can't do this. But now, it also reaches the point I'm like, what if I don't do it then? My channel won't grow, but I don't really care about the channel. But just okay, I really care about it. That's why like I go live, I set up this shit, look at the background, right? Look at that, and it's like branding too. So you find, oh shit, this shit is not at the middle. You find I'm always there, right? Like it's something, as I said, that's what life is supposed to be, or that is what life is from. You did it. You see that time that you just put on the camera when you didn't want to, when there was no appreciation or anything, right? Like when you always being you, trying to achieve milestone just for your own, right? Because this is something that you put it to you, right? You created, like you are the maker, you are like God, right? You created this whole setup. So Which other god am I looking at? This is the meat that was left. It's chicken tender. Oh shit. The shit is crazy. Might be crazy. To do it. Contact. Today's on a Tuesday. Nah, today's on a Wednesday, right? Let me look at the calendar here. Thursday. Oh shit, today's on a Thursday. Oh, in Kenyan time, today's on a Thursday. So, I don't think that the guest will be available for today, but let's see. I mean, I just send it like some just 30 minutes to join. Probably can join after an hour. I don't know. I mean, if he does, it's been a privilege and an honor even to me. Imagine you joining my live. I'm like, shit. You mean like we can like collaborate on this shit and like just be one on one, right? Just like exist like it's supposed to be, right? That's the basics of it now. Well, so you being able to relate to everyone around you. This shit is slapping so hard. But just like to it when I'm quiet, just experiencing this like there's no solitude most of the time. Once I found myself that when I'm just free like I am, right? Because nobody is coming to tell me, "Hey, why are you speaking like that, man? Don't speak now." Because I don't have people, right? It's again as I'm saying, I am the people now. I'm my own. I create like my own people to be around me. And that's the craziest thing that you can do right now. Like if you're able like to create the type of a society that while let me use that. I mean society is now you're diluted it to be something so crazy, so naive, so limiting. And nobody even wants to be associated with that thing that you're calling society because you don't know what happens in there, gossip. Because most of the time, I knew like if I go to this place, this is what is probably going to happen. Go to this place, this is what is probably going to happen. I used to know like if this thing needs to be done, of course I have to be there. If I need to go out to go and play, I'm going like without anybody's permission because now like you get bigger, you get old, you're told, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Imagine, and when you was a kid, nobody told you. But now as an adult, someone now is controlling you. I'm like, you guys have this whole flip, this whole life, like the script is like flipped over. Like you can't even tell, okay, which is real, which is fake. But who knows? Look at that. One left. It's crazy. It's going to end right this moment. Mm. That shit is amazing. But mm, 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 mm. There's only one thing that you can see on my life, right? Like someone just being there because I come to realize that the thing that I do for myself, I can only do it for me. So when I try like to do it for someone else, fails terribly. You know, I'm like shit. So now, because we have been programmed like to praise someone else, now once like you take that energy and bring it to you, bro, bro, again as I was saying, when like you are giving the women the energy they deserve, I mean, you don't even need to give anybody or anybody an energy because they get from the energy that you have, right? It's your energy. So now that's just it. So now get your energy right, everything else will flow and flourish. Like in the moment, in the continuation, right? Yeah, that's how it is. Supposed to put here. Let me show you just a quick setup. I don't know why that shit is beeping so loud. What the fuck? But it can't actually capture this shit here. So that I think this live might end just right this moment. I don't know why. Wait, the Wi-Fi? Yeah, the Wi-Fi is strong. Yeah, the Wi-Fi is beeping crazy. It's giving me notifications. We need to end it and bring it live again. Or what? That's what I need to know. Or like I'm supposed to plan for live again before inviting someone. Like I have to plan a live for them or just send them the link without me actually inviting them. I don't know. It depends though. But you see, I'm solely depending like on my live, right? Like I just thought that if they're free they'll join. Get what I mean? If they're free they'll join. If they're not, we'll try another day. I mean, there are like 20, 10, 30 years more. Like it can't only happen today. Okay, what if we don't do it today? We'll still do it tomorrow, right? Yeah. Let me first wash my hands. Use a napkin or a serviette or whatever. Get this shit on first. Yeah. What do you mean? If there's a time the working population gets pissed off by, it's this time. Because what do you mean, like, you are this free? Like, you don't even use like the normal time living, and you are this free at 23, earning more money than us, and you are free like of all women baggages. People first like say it's even death or being alive first, because this thing that bothers you first must deal with it, or must deal with it first. Because now, without you not dealing with it, now every relationship is on. best of the best. They're here back together however I want to. Because like I've earned this. Like this thing I've earned it. For me, it doesn't matter, man. Like now it reaches a point I'm like, so this thing doesn't come like to a still stop. Like it's always continuous, right? So now, if it's always continuous, like why do I need to worry about like anything else happening like in the outside world, right? Let me put this one here, and I get answer too because it's just how I decided to stay or live my life for because I enjoy it, right? What else should I do now? Like life doesn't even make sense. Like if you're thinking in terms of it making sense, you'll not find it. But when considering like what to look at for it to make sense, when you look at what I've created, like if it doesn't make sense to me, I haven't created enough. You know, I just like create it more and more. You know, what's the point like talking to that one guy, it's like, hey, like how do you achieve like such presence like when you're just walking in the door? I'm like, no, don't box me, man. I'm not that guy who you think I am. Like, and then it reached a point is like because at that time he thought now that he has gotten me now, like who I am. I'm like, no, this shit is always changing. Like what you have seen that time, it's not who I am. Like I don't know what me you have seen, so that now you can say, okay, this is now you, this is you now. Now, any other topic that you try to discuss or say out about this or this, that one would not be you, and we will dispose it. What? Let me put this laptop there so that it doesn't appear and bother my good setup and framing of this 16 by 9, right? I mean, most of the time, like, I just talk, like, just to talk, right? You see, women talk to influence an outcome, right? Because they tell you, hey, go fast. Okay, this is how it is, this is how I deal with women, and this is how I deal with general population. It's very complete, two different ways because that's what I realized. I'm like, what? You have to get this my shit in order. And nah, like, just take it slow. Like, this shit is built just slowly but slowly. First, understand what bothers you the most. Right? Eliminate all the noise in your head first. Oh, is there something I can tell anybody? It's fast. Be free as fuck. Free to think. Free to converse. It doesn't matter, like most of the time because that's how it is mostly, right? Like everything just happens without you even trying to put in the effort or you knowing what is supposed to happen in any way. So imagine now you reach a certain level of it. But now because now you are attached and mentally unstable for that's why I say first clarity of the mind is the craziest thing that you can get. It doesn't matter what type of level that you have reached. First make sure that you have a clear mind first that you can think of. It doesn't matter like this is all I'm saying. Like, it's all in the mind. It doesn't matter, man. Like, it's all amazing because you don't see it at first. But now, as long as now you start like amping it up, it is not like a level of uh, comfort. It's just something that is always continuous, upgrading every single time. And now it reaches a point where like, shit. I mean, this was the real me that I was always rejecting. Somebody probably in the back told me to reject it. I was saying, now you're not to get rid of that. It's like, see how flies wash off their hands, the front ones, and their limb ones, like from the back here. They just wash up everything, and now after that, they shake like their feathers and shit. Now, if you even move an inch, if you even blink when you're looking at it, senses that it flies. That's how you should be. That's how crazy you should be, like every day. Like just put your shit in order. That's all I'm saying. Like, and now you know that later or even it all happens. Even the money starts coming in. You're like, shit, I never knew that this thing will make me money because we're just being you in the moment. Fuck, right? The first thing is just purely existence, living there. The second thing is just knowing first the condition, the situation that you are in, put everything in favor of your current situation and your current state of mind, so that now it like affects or influences the way that you want to do things or the way that you do things in a certain way that you don't even need like anybody ever in your life. But again, as I'm saying, teamwork is not wrong, but it depends too. Like if I'm coming to you, like you must see something good in me so that now you can also assimilate or actually like bring me forward so that you can work together. But now that saying is like I'm not saying that you just sit back and think for many show. I'm just make sure I create a rapport first before anything else. It depends too on the circumstances that I'm doing, right? I just say, hey, and I do that shit. But it's not that I'm expecting them to reply back. That's one thing that now you should never expect. You just, hey, I need this and this. Now, for the hey, now they're like, if they delay and without saying, because they also know, right? It's like a mind game they're playing, but you are saying, I'm not expecting anything back. Now you just voice it, oh, yeah, to this guy just same now. And that they put you in a certain level that you don't know. But now, because you know how you came there, like genuinely, they just put there and be like, shit, this guy, I love this guy. But you're not expecting them to do that. You know, you're like, I don't still like the part that you put me like in the love part because you know, triggers so many things too. It doesn't matter. So now it's just you. That's now how you are living. I mean, adapting is the craziest thing ever because can you imagine? I just like I give mostly the analogy of the eagle, right? When it's old, when it's weary, it reaches the point now. I'm not saying it's prime, but I don't like using the word prime because me and what I see a prime is like a drink, right? Yeah, I mean, I haven't tested it. That's all I know about prime. If you tell me about anything prime, I don't know. Probably prime numbers. I don't know, but prime to determine someone. What is that? And you're always living, right? Even if even the dead ones, they know that they didn't have any prime. It's just something that is continuous, like a wheel. You can't tell it's the prime of a wheel because it's always cyclic in a way, right? It's always moving, flowing. Yeah, it reminds me of like when I was a kid, right? Like you see, my dad like used to find me these old tires from the cars back then. Now I used to play with the tires, to ride with them, most of them, many of them. And now it reaches a point now. I just go to a hub kit and I leave the tire there and I just push it. I don't even push it, I just put it there and I watch it go downhill. And then it is going, it like gains the power and the energy and it circulates fast and it makes these stones, it hits them, it bounces them, it flies, it goes, and you know, like at the base there's nothing, right? You can even put like bushes there, thickets, a forest, probably a river, it doesn't matter. The wheel goes and it just goes and hits the rocks, hits the trees and just falls down because you enjoy that shit now. You know, even move to other more places with still the tires, right? You know, you look for the highest place. I know it can give you like more view and more yes, what is it called? There's a name that I'm looking for. Not a perimeter. There's a I can't remember that name right now, but once I do now, that one will make sense. So you look always for the best places to considering the backwards because you still don't want to lose your tire. But you know it's okay if you lose it because you have more of them that are coming in now. That's just one of many, and whoever finds it will find it and use it because you no longer need it because the first thing that you already put in that hill for it to go down and you leave it. That's the basic, and you don't even run after it. You just want to see it. You're just there, stuck. You know, those days there were no social media, right? So you can imagine that right now with all these people growing up with social media, with everything that is there, and they're still not putting in the work, even like to put a live video like this and record and do their shit. And even talk about like all the crazy experiences, even their daily life. Even I'm saying, even when people are working like in these like 9 to 5 jobs, like the corporate jobs, right? That's what I'm saying. Like after work, 1 hour is enough. 1 hour it's even a lot. You can see when people like are just recording TikTok, right? 2 minutes of video every day, every single day. After a year, those are 365 videos. Upload them. I mean, you're growing your shit slowly but slowly, and within time now, people will come and seek you out. Or like, what? Why are you guys seeking me out? Like, I'm just being me. Like, I don't even need any of your help. Like, me, I'm just okay. But okay, you have seeked me. Okay, let's now move on because this is another stage of life too. Because now you put in the work, right? It's like energy too. It's frequency that you put in must be reciprocated back in any way. So now every day is like a chameleon, right? So whatever energy you or frequency that you reach, it has like a certain color to it. Yeah. Now you camouflage now into that person now that you are every day. Like you just keep on changing every single time, every day, every second. Now is that's life. You can't tell what chameleon uses in its body, right? You can't tell what the anatomy of a chameleon is, but I can Google right now. Let me even look at it first. Because again, I said my live videos are very good that I get to experience this whole life of shit, right? Be fast, huh? Let me let me put it here because that's what I do. This is what my videos are for. This is my video. This is my shit. What the fuck is this? Every day is a good day. Yeah. No, because no way a chameleon cannot be changing colors just like that. And it's so casually telling me, it's like, hey, some chameleons change color. Let me just. Chameleon species are able to change their skin segment of specialized cells known as the dermal chromatophores. What does it mean? Chromatophores are cells that produce color. Cells that produce color, of which many types are pigment containing cells. What is a pigment? A biological pigment, also known as simply as a pigment or biochrome, is a substance produced by living organisms that have a color resulting from selective color absorption. Biological pigments include plant pigment and flower pigment. Okay, that's a quick know-how of a pigment, what a pigment is. Dermal chromatophore. What is a chromatophore? Chromatophores are cells that produce color, which many types are pigment-containing cells or group of cells found in a wide range of animals, including amphibians, fish, reptiles, crustaceans, erythrophores. Erythrophores. Color at a given time is the result of light interacting with all these. Color at a given time is the result of light interacting with all these layers simultaneously. The color change in chameleons is controlled by two superimposed layers of iridophores. The layer superficial layer, as the iridophores, contains small guanine crystals in triangular photo, photonic crystal lattice. Okay, what is a photonic crystal? Is an optical nanostructure in which the refractive index changes periodically. This affects the propagation of light in the same way that the structure of natural crystals give rise to X-ray diffraction, and that the atomic lattice of semiconductors affect the conductivity of electrons. Okay, and the deeper layer, the iridophores contain larger crystals that broadly reflect light, especially in the near infrared range. Infrared is an electromagnetic radiation (EMR) with wavelengths longer than that of visible light but shorter than microwave. The infrared spectral band begin with the waves that are just longer than those of red light. So IR is invisible to the human eye. IR is the general understood to include wavelength. Where you can read more of that. I need to know like how the chameleon changes the color. That's the topic of this. That shit has always been like in my head. Like I needed to understand it in a not only like in a representative, like in a natural, practical way, but not the science behind it. That's what I love doing nowadays. The skin color shifts as the chameleon is able to actively excite these crystals, changing the spacing between them. Then this affects the which wavelengths of light are reflected and which are absorbed. In resting state, crystals are much more close spaced than in excited state, causing the lattice to reflect blue light. Right? The blue light spectrum characterized by wavelength between 400 to 500 nanometers has a broad impact on human health. Health has a variety of definitions which have been used for different purposes over time and is although orange, red, or dark to blue. When combined with normal pigment contained in the other skin layers, this forms the final color visible to the eye. Oh, visible to the eye. Oh, so like when you can't see it like in the normal human eye, like probably like see it like as an alien, like probably a dog. Because I looked at like dogs see colors in black and white, right? I don't know. Let me look at it. What color does dogs see? Or that was something that I just learned. Let me look at it. This one will remove that confusion in like a blink of a second, just like that. Because that's how it is most of the time. Like something. What? Is saying dogs are colorblind? Oh, it's asking me. But it can't be. It has like a good pupil and everything. Everything looks are colored and shit. Dog color blindness and dog color vision have been extensively researched. Okay, let me see. Okay, there's even a video here explaining color blindness doesn't mean that you see in black and white. Oh, it has clear now the myth. Color blindness is described to an inability to differentiate, responsible for detecting motion and aiding vision in varying shades of light. Oh, these are the rods and the cones help to differentiate color. So rods detect motion. Okay. Humans have three types of cones while dogs have two. Three types of cones. So they differentiate cones differentiate color. Rods detect motion and see the types of shades of light. Right? This means that humans normally identify three colors combination. Red, blue, and green. RBG, right? Or RGB. Yeah, it's RGB. Red, green, blue. While dogs limited to two, yellow and blue. It's not even red, it's yellow. Oh, I've seen like in movies too, like they actually like put the movie like to be so good that they show you like in thermal vision view, right? There's something that so like that is used in military, like for the night vision, but night vision they usually see like in green color. But now when you're summer, they see like they look at it through a green medium, but they actually see you like they're in a gray whitish form. Like when you light a cigarette somewhere. I've seen those things like on the internet. Most of you can research it. Like it's just a quick touching here to give you the overall knowledge that is actually there that it enlightens you to. You're like, shit, there are these things. These people learn all these things. Okay. Dog color vision is therefore described as dichromatic or two colored. Okay. Yellow and blue.